Hey friends, it's Jackie from the Financial Literacy Tribe coming at you with a brand new video. So you may be thinking to yourself after reading that title, why on earth would anybody need that many bank accounts? So let me be clear. I do not have 7 bank accounts because I am Oprah rich. I wish I was Oprah rich. I have that many bank accounts because I am a big fan of the concept of, wait for it, the sinking fund. So what exactly is a sinking fund? A sinking fund is a fund or a bank account where you put money in specifically for the purpose of spending it on something. Maybe you're saving for a down payment on a house. Maybe you're saving for whatever. You can put your money in a sinking fund and hold on to it specifically for the purpose of spending it. So what am I saving my money up for in those 7 bank accounts? Take this journey with me as I break it down for you. Bank account number 1. I have a standard run-of-the-mill checking account. It accepts the direct deposit from my job when I get paid, and it also is where the bulk of my bills get taken out for. So everything that I have on auto pay, my rent, all that sort of stuff comes out of that first checking account. I never ever carry that checking card in my wallet. It is literally only to accept my direct deposit and pay my bills and fund my additional accounts. I don't use it for spending on stuff. I don't use it at restaurants. I don't shop with it. I do not carry that card around with me ever. Bank account number 2, utilities savings account. My gas and electric and my utilities come specifically out of this account. So why did I do it this way? Why have a separate savings account as opposed to just having it come out of my regular checking like everybody else does? I will tell you why. The reason is because I live in northern New Jersey. I don't know where you live, but comment in this comment section. I would love to know where it is that you live. But here in northern New Jersey, the weather is like one of 3 things. It's either gorgeous outside like it is right now, or it's like the devil's butthole hot where you don't even want to be outside because it's so freaking hot, or it's like freezing. There's literally no in between. Like it's either freezing, super hot, or it's like nice outside. That's it. There is no in between. As a result of that, I feel like my gas and electric bill will be like $25 like 1 month. I'm not kidding you. I have a 1-bedroom apartment and my gas and electric is like $25 in the spring, like when it's nice and like we don't have the air on, we don't have the heat on. It's crazy cheap. Versus in the dead of winter, winter is coming and it'll be like 200 plus bucks. $200 for a 1-bedroom apartment. So you know what I do? I just like turn the thermostat down to like 0 and tell everybody like wear sweaters. Everybody puts on sweaters. Everybody, I don't care. Layer. I'm not paying. Who's paying this? So because of that disparity in terms of like how much, I never knew like how much to budget for, right? Because if like your bill is like $25 1 month and then in a few more months it's like $250, like how do you even factor that in terms of your budget? So what I figured out is that if consistently every single month I take $75, that's it, and I put it into a savings account specifically for my gas and electric company, there's always enough money in there. Because on the months where I don't spend a lot, it accumulates and adds up to the point where there's enough to cover the months where it's very expensive. So that's just a little trick that I learned. It has been very helpful. I don't stress about that bill anymore. I just take my little $75, throw it into that savings account. It's on auto pay. The gas and electric company takes it right out, and it's never been a problem. So I highly recommend it. Just a quick note on that gas and electric utilities savings sinking fund. Wow, that's like a mouthful. Obviously, like I said, I have a 1-bedroom apartment. So if you have a much larger home or a much older home, or maybe you live in a climate that's very extreme, maybe you're going to want to put a little bit more into it. But still, the system itself, I think, is a very good one, where it's like instead of kind of just paying the bill as it comes. If you just consistently put a specific amount into a savings account, you'll always have enough in there to cover the bill. You won't have to worry about it. Bank account number 3, my holidays and birthdays savings account. Okay, guys, this is one that, again, I'm very excited about, because if you are the type of person that will wait until like the last week before Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever it is that you celebrate and then like scramble to get gifts, yeah, no. So what I do instead is that I actually will save up. I'll take like $100 out of my pay every single month, and I'll put it into that holidays and birthdays savings account. And so by the end of the year, I have about $1,200 in total saved up that I can put toward Christmas presents and gifts and birthdays and different things like that. So that way I always have money for it. I'm never scrambling to try to like, you know, I never feel pressured to use my credit cards, never have to use my credit cards. I always have money set aside for holidays and for birthdays by just putting money into that sinking fund every single month. Bank account number 4. Bank account number 4, you guys have heard me talk about it before ad nauseum. It is the emergency savings account. I do not contribute toward this account all the time, because once you fill it up to where it is that you want it to go, you don't really have to put money in it anymore until you have an emergency, and then it's empty, and then you have to refill it. But so I'm not adding to it currently, but I do have it. I have account. It's a savings, high interest savings, and I just have my emergency money sitting in there. So if anything were to happen, something crazy, I know that I'm covered. Bank account number 5, my house fund. So as you guys can see, the tour, I live in a 1-bedroom apartment, which I love. It's in a good town that I really like. Hardwood floors. I don't hate it. But I would eventually like to own my own home. Obviously, that's a huge purchase. It's probably like the biggest purchase that most people will ever make. So as a result, I actually take money out of my pay every single month, and I put it into account specifically to eventually be my down payment for my home. Bank account number 6. Bank account number 6 is my vacation fund. So obviously, right now, effective August 2020, not really doing much traveling. Not gonna lie to you. The farthest I'll go is like to the kitchen or to the local park. Those are my travels through the neighborhood. But eventually, I would love to begin traveling again. I am a huge fan of travel. I love going places, seeing new places, meeting new people, eating new foods. I love it all. So as a result of that, I do take a small amount out of my pay every single month, and I put it inside of a vacation and travel fund, so that way, once I am able to travel again, I will be able to, and I'm excited to do that. Oh yeah. Bank account number 7. Bank account number 7 is actually not a savings account like the other ones. It's actually a checking account. And the check card for that account, I carry in my wallet with me. Why? Because bank account number 7 is my allowance account. That's right. You heard that correctly. I am a grown person with a job, and I give myself an allowance. Why do I do that? Because doing it this way and having this system allows me to, A, not overspend, right? If I'm giving myself a certain amount of money for clothes, shoes, going out to eat, having fun with friends, whatever, I'm able to stick to it because that's all that's on the card. And that's the only card that I carry with me. So it's actually a really brilliant system if you feel like you're going to feel tempted to use money that should be going toward your rent or toward whatever. If you feel like you might spend that, this is a good system for you. Have a separate checking. You can carry that check card with you. Just put the money that you're allowed to spend on yourself on that card specifically. So guys, those are my 7 bank accounts. You see, I'm not Oprah rich. But just as a quick recap, I have my one standard checking. This is where I get my pay for my job. And then that checking account also feeds into my other sinking funds, which includes, as we had mentioned, the utilities savings account, my holidays and birthdays fund, my emergency fund, my house fund, my vacation savings, and lastly, my allowance, because I'm an adult. And adults have allowances too, apparently. So obviously, I assume that your savings goals are not going to be specifically like my savings goals. I don't know what you're saving up for. Maybe you're saving up for college, or for a new laptop, or for new shoes, or for a boat. I don't know, whatever you're saving for. But whatever it is, you can definitely utilize the strategy of using a sinking fund so that you don't feel tempted to put that purchase on a credit card. Don't do it. Don't you do it. I'll find you. I know where you live. Make sure that you're utilizing that strategy of a sinking fund instead. It's so much better. I hope you found this video to be interesting. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And you're going to want to check out my blog, which is focusedfrugalfab.com. See you guys soon. Bye.